and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fort Collins Contender eSports Arena LAN $2,500 total prize pool. My name is Graf the Giraffe. I am here with the gaming chef. We are loading on to the mid-series winners semis between Pulsive Gaming and the side of Newlook Onyx. And guess what? Newlook finally stole a map off of Pulsive. They are no longer undefeated in map count.
Yeah, let's check out the teams. You know, we haven't seen these guys live on stream today. Pulsive Gaming, Stunna, Llama, Shep, and Phenom. Oh my gosh, what a lineup. Undefeated. #1 seed, top gunners, top killers, top score, top everything. And we're tied up against Onyx. Let's get a little review. Onyx here, Killrook, Solar, Morph, and Derek. Morph and Derek have been killing it. We were all Morph, you know, for a couple lands. Now we're all Derek as the cycle continues. He has been popping off. Not sure where his score's been these last two games, but we know they're tied up. We got a series extension. Players are in. We're cooking it up. Here we go. CeeLo to break the tie. Graf, let's get it.
And let's give a quick recap of what has happened so far. Map 1, it was a hotel hardpoint. It was actually Newlook that was down the majority of the time, but when push came to shove, it was Onyx who took it 250 to 226. And then map 2, it was Al Bagra Fortress. Pulsive was like, yeah, you guys aren't beating us in Search and Destroy. It was a 6-2 beat down to tie this series up at 1 and control. Whoever wins this one, I think Chef takes this whole series and punches their ticket to the winners finals.
Yeah, you know, with the way it's back and forth, S&D and Hardpoint, those are the next two games. S&D and Hardpoint, control's always the outlier. And, you know, CeeLo, I love seeing this being the place where it all comes down to. 3-2, whoever wins this one, guaranteed. You know, Pulsive being #1 seed. Oh, we just saw Newlook. Onyx do an amazing job on the last one. Killrook with quite a rough start. Solar with a rough start. Honestly, everyone not looking too hot there on Newlook, but hey, it just started. A little bit of progress going. Also doing a good job defending, but look at those respawns. I feel like we just started talking about them, and they're over 10 kills ahead. Oh my god.
And only one ticket progression. Pulsive Pooty is 5-1, and from what I've heard, Kamika, he was telling me this is the guy that keeps everybody under wraps, cool, calm, and collected. The IGL, clearly he is showing it. Was 5-1. Unfortunately, maybe Castro cursed him a little bit off screen, but Killrook, when you need him the most on the side of Newlook, he shows up in these big situations. He finds a double. Phenom does get spotted in the back, and he's gonna Solar's gonna back him down, and they should be able to get this A side. But like you said, Chef, it comes down to slay power. Impulsive, they're up 10-19 in lives.
Yeah, and look at the consistency. Literally all 5s on Pulsive Gaming. And I gotta tell you, looking at these players, they're 5 out of 5s all day. These guys are doing an amazing, consistent job. Sure, you know, let's pick on ATK a little bit, right? Consistency. They ain't there. Yesterday, amazing team. Today, not that amazing. Got 3-0'd. You know, you got to be consistent. You got to be able to come out here and keep getting the chips. And honestly, you know, Beaver, they're players consistently getting chips. And today, they're round 1 losers. So even they're not as consistent. But Pulsive, astonishing. Look, from all 5s to almost all 6s, each player doing exactly what they need to do. Doing a great job defending. A little bit of pockets coming in from Newlook and Onyx, but no pockets from Pulsive. It's a straight line shooting across the board.
And it goes down to that old adage of what have you done lately, or what have you done for me lately? And currently it's Pulsive. They're like, hey, we're still a top team in this LAN, and we are going to show why we deserve to be in the winners, in the grands, but they got to go through Newlook. And we were talking about whoever's going to win this control will most likely win the series. I don't see this being a 4-1, or a 3-1. I see it going to a map 5, and I think Pulsive's going to take this control because it takes that teamwork, that communication of search and destroy and hardpoint, all just kind of built into this one mode. But when it comes to hardpoints and comes to just pure slay power, Newlook, the way they completely dismantled Beavers, they could probably do it again, even though it was a close map 1. I expect them to have a solid map 4.
Yeah, their LSCLO round starting off not too great, but hey, maybe they're a defense team. I mean, Morph can hold some good angles. Killrook definitely holds some good angles. Solar, you know, he gets up there, gets right where he needs to do, watches what he needs to, and Derek, he needs to find that pocket where he can start popping off, and it looks like he's just playing a little bit of hide in the corner as Llama, the 2-time, just going, as his name suggests, 2-timing it right through. Sees Morph up top, Llama, oh my gosh, spitting on him like crazy. Amazing work.
Just like a llama should, right? They're the ones that spit. At least I think so. Or is that alpaca? I'm not too sure. They're very similar in a lot of ways.
Spits.
But that, you know, you're not wrong. Either way, it's Pulsive. They are absolutely dismantling the side of Newlook. Right? This isn't even close. They are putting them in the deepest of blender. Look where Stunna is. Look at where everybody has their LOS. It's in the back pride rock. It's over towards garage. And what is going on, Pulsive? They are putting the side of Newlook in the dirt. Finally, they get a second of reprieve. Either way, 2 ticks are gone on A. They might try one final stab at it, try to get a little bit of luck, but guess what? Derek the GOAT, everybody, he's the fan favorite, I think, around here, starting to tear it up. But as soon as they find a double, guess what? The side of Pulsive, they get a triple, they get A, and already they're pushed up in the middle of the map. And just the slay power alone, you're already up at 8 lives once again.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen a little bit quicker of a capture there, and honestly, with that blender, they didn't get too far ahead from it. They were pretty close in lives up until now. Their KDs got better after the blender for some reason. They finally were able to pull ahead. Now 7 kills, they got A. I think it was just really about getting in their heads. You know, they're going to get a lot more frantic. They're not going to be able to stay level-headed. But, you know, seeing what Morph just did there, you know, Killrook now getting some stuff. I don't think the blender affected them too much mentally, but now stat-wise, it's finally showing up. 0.5 KDs almost across the board. We are 9, almost 10 kills ahead for Pulsive Gaming. They do not want to go down 0-2 in the middle of the series.
And just look at all the angles Pulsive are putting the side of Newlook in. They're backing them down from range, which it just shows that their ARs are a tad bit better positioned. And this is kind of the problem I think Newlook has, is they have 2 aggressive ARs in Morph and Solar. They're so talented, but none of them really want to be an anchor. Wow. And Pulsive, they just take it. It feels like it's a walk in the park right now when it comes to this control.
Talking about consistency, a little bit opposite there. Newlook was consistently pretty poor on that round. Put back in their spawn, everyone pretty much was like 8-16. Not where you want to be. They had a much better start off in the series, but you know, still lost that one. Here we go, 0-2. They are tied 1-1 here for our winners semis. We are really getting through this tournament and taking some chunks out. Still gonna have to work through this losers bracket, possibly get them back in this grand finals. One of these teams, you know, only 4 left in the winners. Like, these teams earned this spot. And Pooty, a lot of love in the chat for this man's. Keep it coming for him. The rest of Pulsive looking absolutely amazing. Newlook trying to bounce back. Graf, what do you think they need to turn this one around?
They just need to hold their angles. Their ARs need to just watch over their players. They are getting so bad. They're getting pushed in, and it feels like when Pulsive, they make a push, they're winning a lot of these gunfights. And it clearly is showing in that stat line, like you said. But here, this is what you've been waiting. The teamwork for Newlook, it's finally starting to come through. Nobody's needing to over-challenge. They get that B-tick. Signs of life coming in for them, and they are getting outslayed. Like, look at it. They're probably down by 20 lives or pretty close to it. I would say maybe 17, but now they're starting to get a little bit of momentum here. It's just a matter of having it all click at the same time. Unfortunately, this is what Pulsive Gaming does. They get a 3 down. They play off of that map positioning, and let's see if they can do it once again.
Ooh, getting stunned out. Had the shot, gets traded from a dead man. that is some top tier winners, semis, battles you want to see. Really lighten up purple there, though. That's a full team wipe. Is they're going to be able to push up all the way around electric now in the spawns? They're going to have to push all the way around B. But look, Llama the two-time is ready for it. They have amazing positioning on this A site. 2 ticks left, minute and a half on the clock, tied up on lives. This could be what Newlook needs, but Pulsive is right on the edge of 3-0 in this middle of the series.
And look at the way that they are like holding this A tick. It's incredible. Killrook just trying to stay alive, preserving his life. Stunna not having any of it. And here comes the streak, and I think Pulsive are investing it just to get the information. But maybe I just heard a streak in my head. There was no streak.
Booty
that
just
came
earned
in.
one.
And Booty, like you said, he's on 7 in a row, 19 and 8. This has been an incredible hold on this A site for Pulsive. They're still up in lives. You need one clean break for the side of Newlook. How are they going to try to get this one done? And it's finally Morph opens up at the first. Llama 2 times sitting down low. Again, the trades are back and forth. It's a 2v2. Killrook, though, he has a lot of players he's going to have to deal with coming in, and he has to try to find Phenom, but of course the spawns are there and a little bit difficult. 13-7, and Pulsive, they're looking to put this one away.
At Pulsive, their defense is insane on this A. You know, we might see our first toe touch here dipping into the site, but they just held them off for so long. What, over a minute now? Llama getting a little bit of a team kill action, possibly gonna open this one up slightly. Derek is in there. Speaking of toe touch, Stunna was about to shoot for him, but Phenom? Is it Phenom or Phenom? I keep messing that one up. Phenom. Amazing double there. Killrook, Stunna trading out. Timer's ticking. No lives left. Derek has to kill 7 or cap it. I don't see it happening, but he was going off. But man, now they're down. They gotta win every single round from here on out to stay in this winner's bracket. Great battle here, but the overall war in favor of Pulsive.
The craziest thing about this tournament is there's so many good teams here, but there has only been one map 5. There still has not been a map 5 that we've caught on stream. It's been a lot of 3-1s, a lot of 3-0s, and it's just ridiculous to think about that, because the last one, there was 11 map 5s. Like, are you kidding me? That's just ridiculous. And not this time around, not this LAN. Everything is different, and you have 2 top challengers teams, even you could argue 3, and it's going to come down to this map 4, and this is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a fortress hardpoint. Pulsive, they were down 0-1. They kind of, from what I've heard, is they didn't choke it away as more as the side of Newlook clutched up on the hotel. They were down apparently 50-60 the entire game until the very last set of rotations. They ended up finding their groove. They stole it away. So now heading on in to a map 4. This is what Newlook does well. Are there hard points? But from what we have seen, they're either going to have a really good game or a really bad game, because they ended up taking down Acrylic 250-124, and then in map 4 in that same series they lost 250-114. So you're really not sure which Newlook is going to show up on this map.
Yeah, and I want to give a little insight to how the Beaver Grimace game is going, and
Ooh.
we were going for 3-0 Beaver, but Grimace is up 1-0. Oh my gosh, starting out with the heat.
Ooh.
Beaver, what is going on down there? Get it together. Well, back on our series in front of us. Newlook got to bounce back from that 3-0. That's rough. You know, we're off to Fortress. Man, if Pulsive gets 3 in a row on them, that's going to be rough. Going into the next round, you know, whether Acrylic or Infinite wins that one, for the winners final, there's quite a bit of action left in this tournament. But this is definitely one of the hottest games right here in front of us. And, you know, I think Newlook Onyx can come back from this on this Fortress, but it's definitely going to take a lot, especially seeing how that first hard point went. You know, 24-point game. That's quite close, you know, and you said that they were coming back from it from down under.
Mm-hmm.
So it could happen again. Maybe just one mistake from Pulsive, but the consistency is there. And once that one player pops off, then he steps back, another player pops off, And the consistency was there from Newlook, but it was consistently pretty poor, because I think they all ended what, like 14 and like 30 or something on the end of that one. So not tough, not tough.
Not tough, but in Fortress, from what I've heard, this is one of Derek the GOAT's favorite maps. He just likes to be that roaming slayer. Not to mention, I think Morph and Solar feel relatively comfortable. So maybe this is kind of their comfort pick, or they let this one slip through a lot of the times. Because it is typically a slay-heavy map, it does matter on rotations, but you spawn a lot closer. You're able to kind of break some of the hills relatively easy in comparison to other maps. The P3, of course, that's going to be the biggest differential in the game deciders. Can you chain P2 to P3, or can you break / strip away that time the other team had if they won that rotation? And we see teams not be able to do it so well against Pulsive and Newlook. There's moments where their setups have gotten broken down time and time again. They need to clean it up. A matter is can they rotate and can they hold? We know they're a decent breaking team. It just comes down to can they have that iron grip defense and not let anybody through.
The defense is definitely what you need to bring into Fortress. There's always that hill back there on the right hand side. You get locked in, you get that full 60, that can usually swing it in your favor. And that could be what brings either Pulsive or Newlook in ahead. Derek has been going off. Morph had his chances, but in that last one, I didn't see anyone really doing well.
No, not in the slice. I think there was glimmers. Morph had some good moments. I think Killrook as well, but just overall the team just didn't really have the angles, and it shows that you probably should not play Pulsive on Asilo. They looked that was probably one of the cleanest Asilos I've ever seen, and not to mention, how are you on offense and you put both of their spawns behind Pride Rock and behind Garage? You put them both on lock and in the most ridiculous trap I've ever seen. Right now, we are waiting to load on into this map 4. We're actually currently waiting on Stunna. Not sure, maybe he's got to use the bathroom, whatever the case is. But we're waiting on one player before we load on into this map 4. How is everybody doing out there in the chat? Everybody has just been so supportive of myself, the gaming chef, the venue, all the players, the teams, the orgs. It's been an incredible event, and honestly, the greatest thing is there's trash talking, but it's not toxic like I've seen some Call of Duty communities have.
Yeah, it's been pretty fair.
They've been talking the talk, but it's been clean. We like to see it. We're trying to promote the community. Sometimes I feel like we kind of, how do we say it? We roast newcomers. It's only the strong survive is what I'm saying around the Call of Duty community.
Yeah, for sure. Only the strong survive, and the strongest are surviving in this winners bracket. And what's what we're trying to see as everyone gets back up to their computer. A lot of love for Pooty, and I'm seeing a lot of hate for Pooty in there too. What side are we supposed to be on here? I mean, for what I've seen in his numbers he's putting down, the way his team was able to defend that A site for so long without a toe tipping in. Oh man, I mean, this team's looking real good on El Asilo, but we're not going to see it again. We got Fortress up and then finishing on Hotel. If we get to that map 5, S&D, definitely going to be a tough one for both teams. They probably do not want to get back to a S&D against Morph, but Hotel, not much of a sniper-friendly map, so it's probably going to be on Derek to pop off for that S&D if we can get that far. But Fortress, I can see Derek doing well. I know that Morph can get into some great positioning for his team, some good lines, able to hold. But off of that El Asilo match, man, it's a little bit of break that they got. I think hopefully they were able to get everyone back on the same page, with a little bit of like team hopping that was going on. Hey, you're coming in this team. You know what? No, you're on this team. You can see the coherence between the players isn't always there. I think that's really what fell apart on that last map. As we load into this next one right now, hopefully they were able to get their team back on the schedule and talking with each other.
talking with each other. Remember, this is the winners semis. We will have winners finals, and it's going to be between either Pulsive, Newlook, and Acrylic and Infinite Esports, which I'm pretty sure came to a surprise. There's a lot of teams. Infinite, for them, they have a chance, but again, they're going up against Acrylic, and they did not look good last night against them, so we'll have to wait and see what the outcome, and we'll try to give you updates as much as we can on the series. And so I know right now it's Grimace going up against Beavers. Ozone is just starting up against ATK. We'll try to give you as many updates as we can, but we're not holding back the players. We want to make sure we're trying to just hop in to the best series possible that we think is going to be entertaining for you, the viewers, and just give updates across the board. But now, here we go. Pulsive on the P1, Albagra Fortress. They need this map. They close it out. They would give a 3-1 advantage and at least punch their ticket to the winners finals in a top 3 placement.
Yeah, I'm loving the angles they're holding here. Stunna with that double Pooty now pushing up into the site. We see Derek exactly where he needs to be that thorn in the side, try and get around these players. I mean, he's in a good spot to hold now. Killrook coming in. They cleaned up the hill. Only 5 seconds left. Not too much worth of standing there, but they got to move up. Oh, man, Killrook just taken off. And now it's going to be Pulsive in some good positioning, but all around back. Here we go. Killrook trying to get in a great spot. We got Solar inside the building, clearing it out. It is only Pooty on the hill. He's getting surrounded, and he's taken out. Here we go. Look, Onyx on the board.
And by the way, that was the battle of the young GOAT versus the old GOAT, Stunna and Derek in a 1v1. And guess what? It was the mechanically gifted Derek who comes out on top of this snaking battle. Clearly, he is locked and loaded. And look at Solar. He is 7-1. Right as we switch to him, he goes down. But he does earn that glide. And the rotation here to P3. Currently in favor, but Killrook gets ripped in the middle of the map. Number 7, Solar has to back up. Morph yet to find anything at the moment. Solar gets red. Derek has a lot of players in front of him, gets one, but he's staying alive, and that's all he needs to do, is just cause a little bit of disruption. Unfortunately, a beautiful nade coming on in from Mr. Booty, and so far this P3 rotation is currently being won by Pulsive.
I'm gonna double down on that. Morph still at nothing. Okay, 0-8. What are you doing, man? Started out, this guy's sensitivity was on 3007. I seen it myself. He's able to go from player to player immediately. You could almost accuse him of hacking, and now he has it turned off at 09. Come on now, step that up. 75-27. Pulsive is just working him. I thought that was a full team wipe, but there was a team kill in there. Their positioning just not there. Pulsive just has this site locked down, and they're able to push out. They should not be able to come out of this. There we go, finally getting locked in. The nice kill from Killrook, but they snuck right out the top. Pulsive just working through this Newlook team.
And Derek, he is so aggressive, hitting win 1 against Phenom. Not ready for Stunna, who's at 5 in a row. Pulsive, they're on one currently. They have all 3 players at least at 6 to 9 kills. It is looking solid, and they held a 70-point advantage, and this is not a new look, no pun intended, for the side of Onyx, because they were down 50 to 60 from what I heard in map 1, and then they just clutched up in the last few hills. Currently, Pulsive, they're not even going to let that happen. They're going to extend this out to maybe 80 and 100. Could potentially be larger than that, but Pulsive, they are not missing the teamwork. It is flowing currently.
Oh man, the chat's killing me. I gotta say, it says Morph is about to spawn in losers, and it says Ronnie about to spawn in his plane seat home. Oh my gosh, y'all are hilarious. I'm loving it. Morph, good for 1 right now, 1-13. I gotta say, every time I've seen Morph out here in this land, he has to work his way all the way through the losers bracket, all the way up to the losers final and the grand finals. This guy always has to play so many games and work for it. And that's because that consistency's not there right now. Over 100 points for this whole team over Pulsive. Look at them, 12, 11, 11, 13. The consistency, look at the time on the hill. Minus Phenom, who's just going off. 47, 43, 55. Amazing teamwork. Everyone doing their job. Mid-map adjustments that really don't even need to happen because they're just doing so well. Just able to take control of these points. But it's just under 100 points now. Newlook can still come back from this, but they just need so much to do it.
And right now, it's been a clean kill feed for the side of Newlook, and Fortress is one of those maps you can twist it, you can spin it, you can pull it, you can bop it, because you can get right back into the game with how these hills work. And currently, Newlook, that was a great P5 hold, and now they have P1 and Solar. Does he get the timing? No, unfortunately, just missed it. Morph, when he's starting to find kills, he gets stuck. Oh, and he will go down. Killrook, the Lone Ranger, he will drop. Ooh, Solar, he unfortunately gets shut down. There is no more rays of light coming his way as Pulsive, they are starting to get it done once again. What looked like to be the side of Onyx starting to heat up. They are starting to come down to another small ember, but still Morph starting to find kills. Oh, shooting at his teammate a little bit there. But look at all the tack usage coming on in from Pulsive.
There we go.
It looks like mortars are raining down on that P1.
It really does. Get those trophies out, guys. Come on. Solar got that streak in his pocket. You know, the stat line looking pretty good there for him. 20 and 13, over a minute on the hill, trying to wake this team up. Brought that 100-point deficit down to a 50, starting to turn this one around. Looking over at Pulsive, though. They built the purple wall as Killrook tries to break it. Llama not letting it happen. Here's that streak. Just enough to slow him down. Again, you don't have to get the kills with him. You just got to hear it in the air, and that's 5 to 10 seconds. They're going nowhere. Llama, no reason to win that one, and Solar fixed the double sitting on the site. Oh, it's just 50-50 gun battles over here. 60-point deficit. Newlook starting to see a little bit of life in it.
You can just feel this is just pure chaos for Newlook. It's not necessarily there's team shots coming on in, but Morph, you flip a switch and guess what? He gets a triple, and this could be the final 20 going his way, and it has to be a massive 20. And look who's going to come out and challenge Pooty. He actually doesn't check the right corner, so 10 will go the way of Pulsive. But it just feels like Newlook, they're relying on their gunny right now. They're not relying on their teamwork necessarily. And Llama, he has been frying this map for, but Newlook fully set up here for this P3, and this could be the 60 hill that gets them right back into the game, and they could potentially take the lead if it's a full 60, or at least get right next to them. So Pulsive, they are maybe starting to let their grip loosen up on those reins.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for the 3-1 push. Exactly what you want to see. Llama, Pooty pushing in. Here we go, though. Killrook catches the double. Phenom up there in the top. Goes for the nade. Can't get it. Killrook. Baby, he's cooking 3 in a row. Newlook, that's the life we want to see. Like we said, coming in, it's who can get the 60 up on this hill. They only got 40 of it, but look at this kill, or the score deficit now, 40 points away. Newlook is set up on next. Pulsive was very late to that last rotation, and here they're again late. They were pushing in with just 20 seconds left when they finally get it. Newlook, they're getting in early, and they're staying in for the majority of the time, and that's exactly what they need to do as we get into the 200s here.
And currently, they're just holding middle of the map. Solar, that's a big gunfight. Can he take another one down into Phenom? But look at Stunna. He's working his way up. He might come out and double chow, or at least he's getting back down from the teammates. Derek the Goat holding the angle, staying alive. Solar wins one more. Goat trying to go big. Solar, he doesn't check his right, and that's the wrong spot to check. He might have been able to find the kill and maybe get all of them, but oh no, he doesn't correct or look the right way, and a break comes in at 30 seconds. And Pulsive, they are looking to put the dagger in here now. If it's the last 15 going the way, they could put this one out of reach, and they're going to extend it to roughly a 60-point lead. We've heard this one before. Newlook, they are no strangers to being down in hard point, and it's coming to a P5 Blacksmith where they absolutely dominated on the first set of rotations.
Yeah, that team wipe is really where Pulsive turned that back around, but Newlook again up on the site trying to get this defense set up, but Pooty out the back, not going to get much done now. Llama one to make a move here on the site. Stunna catches a double, protecting his man's Llama, the 2-time out there, getting pushed up. Llama doing his own cover, gets traded out. Phenom now trying to get out through there. Nobody on the site. 14 points now remain. Again, Pulsive wins this one. That's it. They're moving on to the winners final. If they can get just 5 more points, it's contested, going back and forth. There it is. This could be it right here. Number 8, Killrook, the only one that could get in it. Can't get through the door. Derek, can he get a toe in there? No, sir. Pulsive Gaming moves on to the winners final.
Pulsive put them in the deepest of blenders, and guess what? You could not climb out of that deficit early on. You found yourself down essentially 60 points that entire game. They got it within, what, roughly 30 at one point in time, but look at the stat line. It's teamwork across the board. You had Solar
32.
pop off. You had 26, 27, 21, 26. It shows you don't need slave power. You just need teamwork. And I would love to get Pooty on in for an interview. I know everybody has been hyped to see this guy, and he was chirping out in it. But I know we kind of hopped in map 3 and 4, but what did you see from the side of Pulsive that was just a little bit better than the side of Newlook?
Consistency. It's really what it is. No one did bad. Everyone popped off at their own time. Doubles, triples, quad feeds, full team wipes. The positioning. I'm sure there's a lot of communication, but I'm also sure there's a lot of just intuition. Be like, I know I got to go here. I got the AR. I'm watching here. SMG is going to push up. You tuck in the corner. I got your back. And when the guy tucked in the corner got to make his move, he does it. And speaking of doing it, Pooty, there he is. Let's get it.
Let's go, baby.
Pooty, that was an incredible series. We kind of hopped in the middle. We know that you guys lost map 1. It was a 250-226. Kind of, what did you guys do differently that where you kind of had that rebound in the next 3 maps?
Honestly, I think map 1 we got a little cocky. Like, we were winning that map pretty well, and I think we kind of got away from our game plan. And once we brought it back, once we went to our game plan the next 3 maps, I mean, easy work, you know.
You can tell the chemistry is on point, and I know everybody in the chat has been cheering your name, cheering on Pooty. You're going up to the winners finals against Acrylic or Infinite Esports. Is there one team you would rather see more than the other?
I mean, no disrespect to those Infinite guys, but I'd much rather see them than my boys over there at Acrylic.
Hey, absolutely. Shep, do you have any questions for Mr. Pooty?
Pooty, honestly, let's just get a little insight. How is your team able to stay so consistent? Definitely the most consistent team that we've seen throughout all of the teams in this tournament. The stat lines are perfect. Each and every one of you pop off at your own given time. You end up with similar KDs, similar hill time. Give us a little insight. What's going on there in that team?
I mean, a lot of you guys know my 3 teammates, Llama, Stunna, Phenom. I mean, they got really good resumes. I mean, these guys are really talented players. I mean, this is my first time playing a team of like this caliber, I feel like, and I don't know, it's amazing. Like the comms, it's the comms is the biggest thing. Like every time, like you know where everyone's at, and like when you get that, it's just, I don't know, it feels good. It's really nice to play with these 3 guys. I can't say enough about how well it is with them.
Sounds great, man. Vibes all around, great resumes, great people just holding their own. I'm sure there's a lot of communication on that team. Is there a lot of intuition as well? Is there a lot of like, it doesn't have to be said, it just gets done?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of experience on the team. I mean, I'd say we're probably one of the older teams, at least with experience-wise. And I mean, you don't always have to calm the small stuff, and that's what I think that makes us a really good team because someone's already picking it up. So I'm really excited for this next the next series, and then hopefully get to grand finals. I'm really excited.
All right, Pooty. Well, thanks for having you on. Hopefully we'll have you for another interview after the winners finals victory. On your way, man. Great job for you and your team. Keep it cooking up.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Pleasure, man.
Yeah, pleasure.
Whew, there you have everybody. You asked for it. We delivered for you out there as Pooty. That was probably one of the better interviews I think that we are going to get today. You heard it. He said he hadn't played with these caliber of players in Stunna the Goat, Phenom, Llama. And he just said the comms are on point, and it's the small things, right? Where everybody's just on the same page. They play off of each other, and those are the unteachable things, right? Where you just have that intuition of how that other player is going to be putting himself on the map and putting yourself and your team in the best position to be able to come away with those engagements.
Yeah, do you think we could possibly get inside to see a little acrylic versus infinite action, see where they're at, how many maps they cut down? Maybe get a little of that. Well, we probably throw it to a quick break, see if we can hop into another game, you think?
Hey, absolutely. So everybody, don't go anywhere. We have another, but we'll try to get into acrylic and infinite and give you an update on the rest of the bracket. So don't go anywhere. We got more Call of Duty action coming your way.